I want to talk about a concern that many people have, which is called going postal, or really taking your anger out at objects or at people that can be very inappropriate. We see it on the news, we've seen the Columbine experience. And so what happens there is people get afraid of anger. They're fearful of what would happen if I express my anger. Will I go postal? But the interesting thing that we've learned, and we've interviewed many people after events like this happen where they go postal, where they're really hurting someone else intensely, they may be killing people, is that we almost always find, not always, but almost always find that they're very reserved, very quiet people. And they're a lot like Mount St. Helens. They explode, boom. And with that explosion, they hurt a lot of people. So what I try to teach people is, take your anger out on a regular basis on objects, not on people, not on yourself, but on objects like a punching bag or taking a bat to a couch. And what you'll find is you'll get better and you won't hurt anyone. And I want to use an example first to describe what I mean by that. And I want to use an example of what I mean by that. Years ago, when I was beginning my training, I worked at the VA hospital in Sepulveda. And there was a man there, he was a Vietnam vet, and he had all this anger inside of him, but he never expressed it because he was convinced if he expressed his anger, he would just go postal. So I ended up convincing him to we got a room, and I got a bed mattress, and I got him one of those soft bat things, and I held the mattress, and he just started wailing away on it. And he was convinced he'd tear down the whole hospital if he let go of any of his anger. And sure enough, I'm holding it, and I was a little nervous because he was very convinced the whole hospital was going to be destroyed, and I was holding the mattress that he was going to be hitting on, so I thought, ooh, I hope this goes well, but I knew it would. So I'm holding it, and he starts wailing away on it, and about 30 seconds later, he's exhausted, and nothing bad happened. So the opposite is true. Growing postal happens when you don't express your anger. If you keep it inside, it builds up, and you become like Mount St. Helens, and you explode. Instead, if you can find a way, and I give about 100 examples in my book, Anger Work, of how you can express your anger and still be kind. And let me use another example here. Elizabeth, in this next video clip, is going to show you, she's going to hit this couch. And let's watch her hit this couch. And what you're going to find with this bat, she hitting this couch, watch how what's going to happen is she's just going to get tired. So as we watch her, she's hitting the couch, and she's hitting the couch, and she's expressing her anger at this couch, not hurting anybody, but she's taking out her anger at this couch. And look at how she's getting tired. Imagine yourself doing this. You're going to get tired, you're going to get exhausted, and you're going to stop. And you're going to feel better, and you're going to heal. And what a wonderful way to express your anger and not hurt people, which is what Anger Work is all about. And I really want to encourage you to learn about it and give it a try.